Okay, welcome to this first tutorial of a series of tutorials that will help you with your UT2 project. This first tutorial is going to focus on the script. And I've chosen a script here called 5 Minute Mysteries, My Pal Patsy. This is not the same one that you have, but I'm going to use it as an example. The first thing we want to do when we look at our script is we want to get an idea of what the story is about. So kind of read through it and get an idea. So this is about a murder that takes place in a cavern. Alright? The second thing we want to do is we want to identify our characters. How many characters we have and the gender. Even the announcer is a character. So this is our first one, and I would suggest using a highlighter and highlighting your different characters. So for example, this guy here, right? I would probably put a highlight there. And I would go through and I'd highlight all the announcer parts in yellow, since this is the color I've chosen. We go through this and we have our next character, Melville. So I'll choose a different character for Melville, and we'll just highlight him in green, right? And the next one is a man, generic man. I'll put him in blue. Okay, the whole thing, just a bit of it. And I would highlight all the man parts in blue. Scroll down and we run across another character, Lem. So Lem I'll put in red. Okay, so highlight him in red. We kind of scroll down and we check and see if there's any other characters. Yes, we have one more character here, Gotti. So Gotti I'll just put in pink. You want to choose characters that are colors that are easily seen. And go through and highlight all of Gotti's in pink. So now we've got Gotti, Melville, Lem, the announcer. Let's see if there's anyone else. Okay, we've got another one down here called narrator. And I would say the narrator and the announcer are probably the same. So I would just treat them the same and just highlight the narrator in yellow as well. Alright? So we've got the narrator, announcer, we've got Melville, we've got Lem, we've got Gotti, which is 4 characters. They're all male. Alright? That's the first thing. Second thing, go through your script and identify the music. What kind of music do we need? Where does it appear? So in this case, I've got something here that says music, organ, sting. Now a sting is a short musical phrase. This is a mystery, so you want to choose something that's somewhat mysterious. This organ sting probably lasts no more than 10 seconds at most, right? 5 seconds even is okay for a sting. And then we've got something called organ theme. And again, because this is a mystery, you want to choose a mystery type theme with an organ as the main instrument. Okay? We'd go through this and we'd identify all the locations that the music appears. Here it is again, organ sting and organ theme. And we would then be able to select the music that we need. The final thing that we would do is identify our sound effects. Now, the sound effects are labeled either FX or SFX. Alright? So in this case, we've got a phone ringing, so we would take note, we need a phone ring. Alright? We've got a car and an ambulance. These are probably 2 different sounds, so we'd want to note those down on the side somewhere. Alright? We go through, car sounds out. So that means the sound of the car fades out. And we'd go through here and identify all the different things. Car under. Okay, so that means the car is there, but it comes down and then it's just in the background while it's driving, and you'd have this sound, car sound, kind of in the background through this dialogue. Okay, and it would fade out right around here. Okay. The next thing you'd want to do is look for implied sound effects or implied FX. So for example, this part takes place within the car, so you'd want to have an effects setting that makes it sound like it's in a car. Up here, it looks like they go into a cavern. It says I wouldn't go into a cavern, but there's caverns. It takes place in a cavern. So you might want to have a little bit of reverb that implies a cavern or a cave entrance. Okay? How do they get there? Well, when the car stops, they need to get from the car to the location. So I would put in footsteps somewhere between here as well before starting this part. Okay? So those are the implied effects, right? The reverbs and implied sound effects, such as footsteps. Okay? Think about the location, think about the materials that are being interacted with, and choose appropriate effects for that. This would be the first step in creating your UT2 project. Go through the script, identify the characters, how many and what gender, identify the music, how much music you need, how many times it occurs, go through, identify your sound effects and other effects such as reverb, okay, and implied effects. Alright, so I hope this has been useful. Thank you for listening.